I believe you can see me, so I will start live sending. Hello and welcome. I'm thrilled to have you join me for today's live session on turning potential into performance through leadership capacity. If you can hear me, please write yes in the chat. What I hear from many HI directors and executives today is we want to unlock the next level of potential and grow as an organization, not by doing more, not by pushing harder, but by making better choices in how we lead, communicate, and collaborate. Today's event will be around 10 minutes. Let me suggest you to close your browsers and notifications and use these few minutes as a strengthening break that will increase your focus and energy. I'm Lizzie Clausen, high performance coach. For the last 25 years, I've had the privilege to work with leaders at Rituals, Volvo, Lego, among many others. I'm also the author of On Suffering to Surfing and Performance Alchemy. Both hit #1 on Amazon. I work with a team of amazing individuals at Brighter Leaders. You can learn more about us at brighterleaders.com. I have a gift for you at the end of this session, so stay tuned all the way. March is talent season. Succession discussions intensify. Performance reviews accelerate. High potential lists are finalized. Across organizations, leaders are identifying who stands out, who is ready, and who could become critical for the future. But one question is still asked far too rarely. Why do so many high potential initiatives fail to translate into measurable business impact? Let me exemplify what I mean with this example of work overload that I've seen not too seldom. It's the case of a high potential leader who is given more responsibility, but also more meetings, more reporting, which soon enough turns into more firefighting. There is talent, there is ambition, but there's no real impact. Transformation rarely fails at the level of potential. It fails at the level of leadership capacity. And that is the missing link. Because having talented people in the pipeline is not the same as having an organization that can convert talent into execution, growth, and results. Potential is possibility. Impact requires capacity. So you might wonder, what do I mean with capacity? I mean capacity to create clarity, to prioritize, to make decisions under pressure, to align people, to handle resistance, to develop others while delivering results. And when that capacity is missing, something very predictable happens. High potential individuals become highly visible but not fully effective. They get promoted but struggle to scale. They enter succession pipelines, but the system around them is not strong enough to support your success. Please share with me in the comments if this is resonating with you. So let me ask you a question. Think about the last high potential promotion in your organization. Did performance accelerate or did complexity increase? Did the person gain influence or spend more time firefighting? Did the team become stronger or more dependent? Most executives recognize these situations immediately. A strong individual contributor becomes a manager, and suddenly productivity drops. A high potential leader moves into a bigger role, and decision speed slows down. A successor is identified, but the organization does not feel more secure, not because the person was wrong, but because the leadership capacity around the role was not ready. Someone can look impressive, sound promising, and be seen as future ready, but without the right leadership environment, impact does not scale. Let me give you a concrete example. In one leadership team I work with, 3 people were on the succession list for director roles. All 3 had excellence performance reviews, but when we look closer, we saw something else. One preferred avoiding difficult conversations, one had a hard time delegating effectively, and one struggled to prioritize strategically. Once we worked on leadership development, their impact changed within months. Not because they learned more theory, but because they increased their ability to handle complexity, pressure, and responsibility by learning more about themselves and by getting the right tools to handle the challenges and the change from within. So the real question becomes, when you identify high potential, do you also assess leadership capacity or only performance and expertise? Please let me know in the comments. May I also ask, how much time do your high potential leaders spend on strategic work and how much time on operational noise? In many organizations, high potential leaders are overloaded. More meetings, more emails, more reporting, more coordination. Less thinking, less developing people, less creating direction. Kindly put yes in the chat if this is something you have seen. Without capacity, potential stays theoretical. This is why succession planning often loses power, because succession planning should not only answer who could become a leader go to the next level of leadership. It should also answer what must change in a leadership environment for this person to succeed and create impact. That shift changes everything, from naming talent to enabling performance, from identifying successors to building future leadership strength. This is something we work with in a clear and structured way in our STARS programs. Think about this for a second. If 3 of your key leaders left tomorrow, how confident are you that their successors would create the same level of impact within 6 months? Your answer to that question says more about leadership capacity than any talent review. In organizations with strong leadership capacity, successors step in and performance continues. This is one of the things our STARS programs are designed to build so that decisions stay fast, conflicts become constructive, priorities remain clear, and execution stays strong. Our programs are not a parallel HR process or a training catalog or something nice to have. They have a strategic lever for business impact where people step up faster, teams become more autonomous, decision quality improves, execution becomes more consistent. Succession planning delivers real impact. I often ask leadership teams one simple question. What is currently limiting your organization more, lack of talent or lack of leadership capacity? Very rarely does anyone say lack of talent. Most say too many operational topics, not enough ownership, unclear priorities, weak feedback culture, too much dependency on few people, not enough time to lead. That is not a talent problem. That is a capacity problem. And the good news is it can be solved in less than 6 months by developing the ability to think, decide, communicate, and lead under pressure. By focusing on the few impactful aspects of leadership, everything changes. Talent stops being a list. Succession stops being a process. Leadership becomes a multiplier. And high potential finally turns into high impact. If this is relevant for your organization, I'd be glad to continue the discussion. As I promised, I have a gift. We will randomly pick one name from the attendees today and send him or her one of my books. Elma, could you please write in the comments who the lucky person is? If you found this helpful, kindly like the post, share your reflections in the comments, and share this link with your network. I would love if you could share one thing that you found helpful today. Congratulations, Pernilla. Please send me a DM so I can get your address and you may receive one of my best-selling books with lots of real-life cases, practical exercises to turn pressure into performance and ambition into lasting results. Thank you, all of you, for joining me today. And don't hesitate to reach out to me. Looking forward to see you soon again. Wish you an amazing day.